This is a guy whose staff famously kept bad polling numbers from him as his campaign was falling apart. What else was he not told? Brett Tolman is a former U.S. attorney and the executive director of Right on Crime. All right, Brett, I'm so glad you're on for this segment because we all get it, okay? You can have an auto pen if you direct the person to actually use an auto pen and you are approving of what the auto pen is being used for. But let's talk about the debate that we all saw that showed that Joe Biden was cognitively declined. The decision by the special counsel, who said that Biden was he's an elderly man with a poor memory, so we couldn't even prosecute him because saying he was incompetent. The Democrats pulled him out from running for president because they didn't think he was competent, and yet all of a sudden everything he does is okay with an auto pen. How do we get to the bottom of this?
Well, Judge, you're exactly right. You and I have spent a lot of time in the courtroom, and most of the time, there's a lot of evidence that goes to intent, and it goes to the knowledge of an individual, whether they're being prosecuted or whether it's a witness on the stand. Competency becomes a critical analysis of both, judge, jury, and prosecutors. Here, the president is absolutely correct to call this behavior out, to require that somebody take a close, hard look at the facts in this case and assess whether or not was this an auto pen that was under the direction of someone besides the President of the United States. And if it was, then we want an analysis of whether the president had the intention to sign the documents that they used the auto pen for. They can't have it both ways. They can't simultaneously say, we're going to get rid of Joe Biden because we think he's not mentally or physically capable of being president. But, oh, by the way, he's just fine on his way out. Signing document after document, official document on behalf of the United States.
All right, Brett. So the Department of Justice should investigate this. How does it start? Because we know that the longer he was in office, the more left and progressive those document signings were used for that progressive leftist agenda.
Well, I think it needs to be the department. I think there are plenty of issues surrounding the pardons, for example, of the January 6th commission, of individuals such as his family members, that they did these preemptive pardons. There's plenty there for the department to say, you know what, we want to see the facts. We want to see that it was authorized, that he knew about it, and that he authorized us to use the pen.
It'll be very interesting, Brett. Thanks so much for being with us tonight.